butterflies, it's Sleek. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you're here to subscribe and stay. And for today's video, the title is not clickbait, it is true. I'm gonna get ready while I talk. This is gonna be get ready with me, but I want to start by saying that it is not clickbait. I did quit my job as of today. My last day was yesterday. Multiple people quit. My friend quit 2 days ago, and then I quit today. And then our other friends are quitting in the following weeks. They put in their 2 weeks. So basically, if you don't know, by the way, I know that my mirror is in the frame. It's covering the mess that I have back here, so just ignore it. But basically, as you guys may or may not know, I worked in a bank. I started there in September, so I've been there 6 months now, or I was there for 6 months. And it was never supposed to be permanent. It was literally just a stable job because being in the pandemic, I had already lost one job. So I figured I'm not gonna lose another. I need something that's gonna last me for a while. In my head, I knew it was temporary. I knew it wasn't a forever job because it's not my passion. And something that I am big on and something that pushed me over the edge in the end was that I am a person who believes in following your dreams and going after your goals, no matter how crazy it seems or no matter how many doubts you have, to just do it. Overall, I worked at a bank, right? And I worked there with a lot of older people. And when I say older, I'm saying 50 plus. Now, I'm 22 years old and I am a minority. I am Black and Puerto Rican. And most of them were white and most of them were older. Right there, you can probably make a little inference of what you think I'm gonna say. I was there for 3 months by myself. I never really connected with anyone there because aside from the age gap, it was like I really couldn't relate to any of them. We had nothing to talk about. We had nothing in common. The job was supposed to go from 8:30 to 5, which it did for about a week or two. But after about a week or two, I started staying later and later and later till maybe like almost 7 o'clock. Because they decided to show me something that was out of my job description, which was me doing something called day end, which means that I would have to stay late in order to run all the programs that make sure that all the business gets translated and sent out and whatever so that we can start the next business day. They taught me that because they were short-staffed. So I was a teller, but I did a bunch of different things. I did a lot of proof work. I was taught a lot of things out of my job description and wasn't promised a raise, wasn't promised a promotion. They wouldn't even give me a new title. I remember I asked for a new title and they couldn't even give me that. There was this guy that I worked with. We worked pretty closely together. He was like in the office behind us. Like we were out on the front lines, of course, and he was right behind us. He was just like extra support. He like specialized in electronic banking, so like the online banking portion of the bank. Very early on, first of all, I'm 22. He is 34 years old. Very early on, I definitely could see that, you know, he probably had a crush on me, whatever. No big deal. It's bound to happen if someone doesn't know that you're in a relationship. So I made that pretty clear after a while when he would just say the littlest things like, if you're a girl, you know when a guy is hitting on you. And like, it was never like to the point where it was super uncomfortable, but it made me uncomfortable when it continued, even though I told him I had a boyfriend. It was like, okay, now you know what you're doing and it's just ridiculous. It was not like harassed or anything like that, which is what I made clear when I quit. Like, you know, so-and-so did do this and that or the other, but I was never like harassed or anything like that. It was just harmless flirting, but he knew better than that because he's 34 years old. So that was one thing. My work bestie, her name is Stephanie. She was like a godsend. I'll tell you, Stephanie is 30 years old. She just turned 30. When she came, she made work so much more bearable. You know how you just have that friend that like makes work actually fun to go to, and that's what Stephanie was. She was just super relatable. Well, Stephanie started and she started to peep everything in regards to all the older people and all their little weird beliefs. You know, she peeped it all. She thought they were very racist, which they were, which is not surprising coming from their time. It just isn't. But they were very racist, and she is also a minority. You know, she noticed it very early on, so it kind of validated my feelings of like, okay, I'm not tripping, like these people really are doing this and they're getting away with it. Time goes by or whatever, we're just sucking it up. We start to get in trouble for things. And when I say in trouble, I mean in trouble as if we are literally children. They are being petty about every little thing. They're nitpicking. They're just doing the most. I'm gonna add one more layer of concealer because I got bags. Time passes by and they need somebody to go over to a different branch and help out. They send Stephanie because they want her to do some training over there for 2 days. This is what happens while Stephanie is over there. They not only question everything that she does, like counting her money to make sure she's not stealing. They're printing out procedures and highlighting them like she's a 5-year-old and giving them to her to read. But what really did it was she was like, this lady is racist. Like she's just picking on anything to call out. And multiple people are confirming this, you guys. Our 2 other friends that we knew over there that are also in the process of quitting confirmed, you know, discrimination in more than just race, you know, in terms of what class you fall in. Whether that's middle class, lower class, whatever, they are also, you know, a little bit homophobic, very strong on their political beliefs. We worked with a Trump supporter, which I don't judge anyone based off of their beliefs, but I do when it comes across in a way where I don't feel safe and I don't feel open to be myself. For me, as well as a lot of the customers were open Trump supporters who talked about it all the time. And this is how our management decided to deal with that issue. Did they take Stephanie's word? No. They had to go back into their own research, and when they found out she was telling the truth, then they decided to do something, and this was weeks later. So it was far too late. The damage had been done. They didn't take her word. They didn't care. Whenever something would happen, it somehow always ended up being my fault, and I swear to you, like, so Stephanie's incident got me in trouble because they were like, you should learn from her mistakes, and if everyone tells you, if anyone ever asks you anything, you always lie, and you never make your own boss look bad. We had this particular boss who never wanted to look bad, and it was like, okay, like, you don't want us to make you look bad. I freaking guess. Like, I would read you guys the email, but you're actually on my phone. I wrote a very detailed email about every specific incident that happened that led to me leaving, but that was one of them as well, them asking me to lie. I was like, no. There's another incident that I had to tell you about so-and-so. What am I gonna call this guy? The guy that worked in the back, we're gonna call him Jake. He's Caucasian. Jake, you know, and his little crush or whatever caused us to get into it one day. So basically we had one manager that wasn't there, and then we only had one obviously helping us, and then that manager has stepped away for a while. There were 3 tellers out there, so we were more than okay. Obviously there's 3 of us there. It's not like it's one person out there. The customer comes in and he's upset and he takes it out on me. That's perfectly fine. I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that plenty of times. It's not anything new to me, and I'm not a sensitive person. Like, I can handle my own, obviously. So I handle my own. The customer leaves, but I did, you know, ask Jake for help because the question that he had, I felt like he could answer, but he said that he actually couldn't. So I said, that's fine. And then he comes out after the customer leaves and he says, you know, where are the managers? They should be here. You shouldn't have to deal with this. Where are they? I'm tired of doing their job for them. I'm like loud, just unnecessarily loud. At this moment, I'm on the phone. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, can you shut up? It's so unprofessional. Stephanie's helping somebody, someone that we love, like a really, really, really loved customer who I miss so much. Stephanie's helping somebody. He's just shouting. He's cussing. He's doing the most. I hang up the phone and I straight up say, this is unprofessional. I was like, you can't be doing this. Do this another time. We have customers here. And he was like, who cares? This customer is like a family member. I don't care. I can do whatever I want. They shouldn't be having you guys out here by yourself. I'm tired of them. They never do their job right. And this and that. And like, first of all, one of the managers that he was talking about, I have 2 managers, one above and one is an assistant manager. The assistant manager absolutely adored. He was the sweetest man ever. And I was like, what you're not going to do is talk crazy about the assistant manager because he does his job more than well. So that irritated me, right? And I'm just like, can you stop? Like, I had to ask him several times, like, you need to stop. You need to chill out because this is not appropriate at all. He stops. He walks away once he sees that I'm serious. Like, I'm dead serious. Do not do that. Do not come out here making it seem like I can't do my job or this and that and the third, because I definitely can. That's one thing that I can do is do my job. And I don't need you to say anything or do anything for me. My manager comes back. The one that I like, we're going to call him Jose. Jose comes back up and I'm like, can I talk to you? So we go in the office. He closes the door. We start talking. I start telling him what happened because you're not gonna talk about somebody behind their back and not expect me to tell. So I was like, he was out here talking crazy about you in front of a customer at that. And he's just like, yeah, that's not okay. He does that a lot. He thinks because he doesn't work for us directly that he don't have to listen to us. And I was like, yeah, not okay, not right. And he's like, yeah. So he came up to him. He's telling me what happened when he ran into Jake. So when Jake ran into Jose, he's telling him, you know, Angelique doesn't get paid to do your job. Just basically like his crush went to the point where he feels the need to defend me. And one thing you're not gonna do, the one thing that got me so heated that day, do not speak for me. I am 22 years old. I had this point in my life where I could not speak up for myself, but I'm over that. So I don't need you to speak for me. I don't. And I do not like that. And when he told me that, I was so upset. I was like, don't believe anything he said. I never said any of that. I was fine. I asked him for help and he assumed that I was just going through it, and I wasn't. I only asked because it was a question that was literally in his department that I knew nothing about, but I ended up figuring out on my own. Beyond irritating, because I'm not a child. I'm not a child, and your little crush is going a little too far. I checked him again and was like, don't speak for me. It gets weirder. Here's the real tea. There's this older lady who, again, we don't work directly with. There's different departments in the bank. We work with the 2 managers. That is it. And the 3 tellers. We are our own group. The other branches are their own brand. They have their own bosses, their own people that they report to. I only report to those 2 managers. There is this lady who's literally an assistant. An assistant. You're only an assistant to the CEO or to whoever. She's an assistant. She's an older lady. She has to be in her 60s. I'm not sure, but I think she's in her 60s. And her and Jake, very, 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 very awkwardly close. Like, way too close. And me and Steph noticed it. Like, they walk together, they come in together, they whisper, and they talk in baby voices, and they eat lunch together every single day. She buys him food. You know, not my business type of thing, but it just made us feel really weird. Because she would just, like, you know, watch us when he would talk to us, and, like, have this type of protectiveness over him that was just completely unnecessary because nobody wanted him. Let's talk about it. We ended up finding out that they actually do mess around, because the IT people at our job saw for a fact that they were sending, well, we're gonna say that the old lady Susan was sending Jake nudes through the work email. And it was just like, man, like real tea. Like they are really involved. And that's one thing that I did not tell on when I left. I was like, I'm not even gonna talk about that because it's whatever. Like, how does she even keep her job? That's literally sexual harassment to everyone in the office, because you shouldn't be doing that at work. But whatever, we get in trouble for what exactly? She would just try to dry snitch about the smallest things, try to get us in trouble, and like just be super petty when, baby, we don't even work with you. So why do you care? But we know why she cared. It was because of Jake, and it was just like, you're miserable. We would just say about everyone there, they were miserable. When I tell you that job was their life and that was the highlight of their day every single day, them just going to work and them just going after a check, that was all they cared about. That was literally all they cared about. And it was very, very sad, very concerning at that. So things just keep bubbling up, you know. She's expressing her frustrations about her situation over there that happened, because a lot more happened that I won't go into because that's her experience. But basically, to sum it up, we got in trouble for dumb things. We got treated like children. No one ever listened to us. Our manager never had our side. We had to literally go and prove him wrong in order for him to agree, because he would swear up and down that we made him look bad. He would tell us that all the time. You make me look bad. And there's the racism, there's this discrimination, there's the forcing us to learn other stuff that we aren't supposed to learn, while not even teaching us our basic job, which is teller duties. They would adjust our hours. They would ask us to stay late, come in early, and adjust our hours to only 8 hours, and not want to pay us for overtime, which is illegal, I'm pretty sure. And I should have mentioned that in my email, but I didn't, because it's whatever. I'm dealing with Jake at the same time. Like, Jake is just a straight up weirdo. I talked about it with my mom. My mom said, you know, it doesn't sound like a place you need to be at. You don't need to stress over a job, especially over a job that you don't even want to be at in the first place. So my mom said, quit. And my mom says I can quit, I'm quitting. It's to them, like I said, a very long, detailed, pretty much essay on the things that they need to fix if they want to get more employees, and if they want to be a successful business, they need to fix those things. And I had no problem saying every single thing. Basically, it was just very toxic. Also, what I realized is, like, you know, deep down inside, I know for a fact, like, a 9 to 5 is not for me. A 9 to 5 is not for me. I know a lot of people say that, but like, I'm just so much bigger than that, and I have dreams so much bigger than that. Like this comment that a customer had made, and they were like, you know, young people these days, they don't like to work hard. They don't like to put in hours. They don't like to stay at jobs overtime. They don't like to see what it takes to work at something. And she was right for a second. She was right about certain things, and let me tell you which part she was right about. People these days just don't settle for less. Young people are more likely to quit a job, to go follow their dreams, to get, you know, new innovative ways to have an income, because 9 to 5 is not everything. Working in that bank for the rest of my life was not gonna happen. I would have been lucky if I made it a year. Like, it really isn't for everyone. And you know, maybe that was a problem already in itself, was that Steph and I didn't see ourselves there forever. We didn't believe in settling. We didn't believe in having a job just because it's a job. I don't want a job just because it's a job. I want a job that will make me happy, that will make me feel good to go into in the morning, not drag and count the hours, count the minutes till I leave. I don't want to live like that. I don't think that anyone should have to live like that. So if you have a dream, follow it. I'm going, you know, bleep deep in this right now in YouTube and TikTok, and this is my time to give it my all. I'm always saying if I had more time, I would make more videos, I would do this, I would do that. Now I have all the time in the world because I'm unemployed. I'm putting my all in it. I'm saying forget the typical working a 9 to 5. I'm done with that. I'm done with that lifestyle. I'm going after my dreams from here on out. You know, if I fail, I fail, but like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. And for me, it is, you know, follow my dreams, accomplish my dreams, or die trying, because I'm not being that girl. I'm not clocking in and clocking out every day. I cannot, you know, I love working, but working in a different sense that isn't just doing stuff for other people. It's about doing stuff for yourself as well. I felt like I was working for that company. I wasn't working for me. And I feel like with a job, you should also feel like you're bettering yourself and not just bettering those around you and your company and making them look good. So when I said I was leaving and I was done. And I'm so glad that I started that movement, because I want to thank Stephanie, because she showed me that, like, you're better than this. She would tell me all the time, like, you're better than this. You have so much potential to be an influencer and a content creator. And I already knew this, but hearing somebody else believe in me the way that she does and the way that Kendrick does, Kendrick was like, leave, go after your dreams, whatever you need, I will support you, I will be there. And those are two people that completely understand where I'm coming from, and that I was at a dead-end job that wasn't going to get me anywhere, where I was happy and, you know, creating content, connecting with people over social media. All of that is where I belong, and that is where I will flourish and be the true butterfly that I know I can be. And the moral of the story is chase your dreams, even if it's a risk, because no person who has ever accomplished a dream of theirs has ever done it without taking some type of a risk. And I'm just like, this is what I needed. Like, God is trying to tell me something with, you know, I started something at my job. They're seriously having crisis control meetings to try to figure out what the problem is. And, you know, I'm sticking up for what's right, and I'm doing what's right for me. And I couldn't be happier than I am in this moment, because you guys are gonna get videos. You guys are gonna get so much content starting now. I want to push out, you know, 2 or 3 videos a week, and on TikTok every single day. Go follow me on TikTok. It's Leak. That is my highest platform. I want to reach 30K hopefully sometime this month, which I think I can do before the month is over. And we're at 4,600 subscribers. Let's reach 5K hopefully very soon. I'm not gonna give that a deadline, because I'm kind of like trying to see where my subscribers are going, but you guys have been loving a lot of my videos, so I do see you. I do appreciate you. It's only up from here, and I hopefully, you know, I hope that you guys are here to support me in my journey, and that you will be here every step of the way. And we're going all the way up. 2021. I'm over it. I'm only doing what's best for me and me only. And I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna speak into existence. I'm gonna manifest it. I'm gonna do what I have to do. But you will see me succeed in this, and I will follow my dreams. And this is it for me. Don't get no better than this. Me in front of this camera right now. This is my happy place. This is my safe place. This is my therapy. This is everything to me. My YouTube, my TikToks, all that, they're my babies. But with that being said, I would love it if you guys could comment down below what type of videos you would like from me, because I'm listening, I'm here, I'm yours, I'm your entertainment. Sorry that this video wasn't like super juicy or entertaining. Like I said, I left out some things because, you know, it's still being worked out. Like literally today I have to talk to them a little bit more, so there's stuff still going on, but maybe later down the road I'll update you on what happened. But basically I started something. I started a movement, so we are on this journey together. Make sure you thumbs up this video, comment down below, subscribe, share this video, interact so that I can end up on, you know, a better algorithm on YouTube and get out there, because I don't think you guys are ready for how hard I'm about to go. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for listening to me rant, vent, watching me get ready, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.